The Musky Shop is located in north central Wisconsin, right in between the multitude of lakes of Vilas and Oneida County. It is here you will find one of the highest concentrations of freshwater lakes in the world. Hey, welcome to the Musky Shop, everyone. You know, many anglers choose October as their favorite month to target for big muskies. It also means that live bait, trolling, and even shallow water fishing are also popular and effective means for targeting big fish. Time to sit back and enjoy. Here are several experts with their take on October strategies.
Hi everyone, one of my favorite baits in the fall is the red October tubes. Come in different sizes and different weights. There's a 7.5 and a 10 and then a bigger one. I guess I liked them. I use the shallow one early in fall when before turnover, fishing over rocks and over weeds. And as fall goes along, I'll go to the bigger one and then go to the mid depth and then the deep one to get down the edges. But there's no right or wrong way. Just throw them out and you can rip them. Get them down and then just rip them and reel up the slack, or you can just give them a nice pull and reel up the slack. In the fall, these things have been a great bait for myself and a lot of our customers. So red October tubes, they're a great bait in the fall.
It's October. I have 2 lures to choose. Not 3, just 2. Actually, this is pretty easy for me, actually. Number 1 would be glide raider. Big fish, big bait, big fish, glide bait, suspending zigzag glide bait definitely is going to be a key weapon for me. So this would be my number 1 choice, especially for over shallow targets, in and around trees, fallen trees, points, wind-blown points, over top of rock reefs, any remaining weeds. Definitely a zigzag suspending glide bait would definitely be my number 1 choice. And of course, the other thing is depth raider. Definitely depth raider. So I probably catch more fish overall on this bait in October and then even into the next month than any other lure. And that goes for, if you just took this away, if we're just talking trolling in October, then it would just be this bait. So it's real simple. So crankbait, deep diving, weed edges, break lines, deeper trees, crankbait, over top of rock reefs, over top of remaining patches of weeds, casting into points, wind-blown points and trees, suspending zigzag glide bait. These 2 lures would be my 2 key choices for October. But I hate being limited just to 2 lures. But if I had to choose 2, this would be it. But if I had to choose 1, it'd be this.
You just caught a big fish on a supernatural bait, which is the bait you were talking about in the September video we did.
Yeah, for October, I would continue to troll the supernatural baits. This black rice pattern has always been a big fish producer for me, and it just happened to catch a nice big old fat 51-incher. The other thing I would definitely recommend would be out there trolling around the slammer deep diver and the perch or sucker patterns, which are what the fish are going to be focusing on this time of year. Those would be my go-tos. Make sure you get some great big old trolling boards to get those baits out away from the boat, and have fun out there. It's time to catch the big ones.
Hi, it's Elmer from the Musky Shop, and we're looking for baits to run in October, late October. My favorite bait, my first choice, is a 10-inch weighted suic. Really like this bait because you can slow it down in that fall period, and what I do with it is pull it down and then let it slowly rise up, and just before it gets to the surface I'll pull it back down again. And the key to it is that slow rise is when the fish are going to hit it. And sometimes you can even let it come all the way to the surface and sit there for a second or 2 and then pull it back down too. Works that way. Very good. And this year we've got a new bait. excited to try this one here. It's a 14-inch suic called Franken suic, and this one here comes, if you notice here, it's got a weight kit with it. It's already pre-weighted, but you can take these weights in and out and adjust them to what you want. But you want to get that nice slow rise with this bait. So I think this is going to be a big profile, big fish bait for later in October and into November.
Probably the biggest thing about October is that it's a time of transition, and what I pretty much think about on a daily basis when getting out on the water is whether the lake I'm fishing or whatever is in a pre-turnover, turnover, or post-turnover situation. Obviously, the shallower, smaller lakes are going to turn first. Sometimes the smaller lakes benefit quicker from an early fall cool down. Obviously, they're going to cool down faster, so you can kind of get jump the gun a little bit and get fish more active during a cool down like that. Obviously, you can put that in your favor to go the other way. If you're looking at trying to fish lakes that are not in a turnover, you can fish some of the bigger lakes that would, of course, stay warmer longer. So, usually about 55 to 58 degrees, that's typical turnover. Can be some of the best fishing of the year, especially pre-turnover, shallow fishing. The inside weed lines, top water stuff, a lot of shallow presentations. And then once you hit turnover, typically best tip for turnover, I'm usually fishing shallow as well, trying to find fish that just aren't affected by the lake turning. And then post-turnover, more break line and deeper fishing. So there you have it. There's my little shakedown, breakdown for October fishing.
Dan Groppengeezer, Musky Shop, avid contributor. You won the big Hodag tournament last weekend.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. My partner and I, Jared Hanel, we put a plan together and really stuck to it this year. And basically, we had a lot of action on tails and a little bit on rubber. Not what you would think. Tails were really going. Everything was super shallow, super shallow.
Makes sense.
Which I'm betting that pattern's going to stick because we still have some warm weather coming yet, and it's going to dip down a little bit at night. So just continue to stick to that weed edge or rate dead nuts in the weeds.
Yep.
Hey, John here at the Musky Shop. Last month I did the Poseidons, the 10-inch basically. We did just get in this new Sexy Shad, Lee's Sexy Shad pattern, custom pattern. Terrific time of the year, especially moving into October, soft plastic bait month. I'm looking forward to using it. Should be fantastic.
Now for all you sucker lovers out there, here's Al digging in the sucker bins. Live bait time. We're coming into October, and it's not all hard baits, so live bait shines too, right Al?
Now's the time. Find yourself a suspect, stick him in a towel. It just makes it a lot easier to control the bait. This is a Smitty small 2-hook. I found it's pretty much all you'll ever need. And then in the top lip, you just want to get some of that cartilage. See how you pull it out like that? You just want to get some cartilage and lightly hook it in the front lip. Because when you set the hook, this sucker's got to break clean. It's got to break away or you're not going to get anywhere with this. All right, then you've got your little keeper. You put that back on. The reason you have that little piece of plastic, you can use a piece of inner tube, whatever you've got. Put that on there. Then as that hole gets rubbed bigger and bigger, it won't come off. It just reduces the frustration a little bit. Then we're going to take this reversed hook. See how Smitty's attached that onto that treble hook? He's got that reversed. That's what's actually going to go into the side of the sucker. You want to go one high, one kind of low. I like to make a little starter hole. And then get that thing in there. You just want to get it under the skin. Do a little scaling. Get it in under the skin. Then you do the same thing with the tail hook, only I usually put that one down low, somewhere in here somewhere. So you get it laying nice and flat and clean. So when you set the hook, this thing's going to pop out clean and embed itself into Musky's jaw. And away you go, game on. Remember, don't hook it too deep. They're expensive. You don't want to lose them. I get that, but If you're going to hook them that deep, there's no sense even trying it because you're not going to win. All you need is an eighth of skin under the lip, a little bit of cartilage under the lip like that. That's all you need. You just need to be under the skin with the treble hooks, and that's all you need. Drag them around. Pow!
John here at the Musky Shop. One of my favorite October baits is a bulldog. There's really no way to work it wrong. You can work them slow, you can work them fast, you can let it fall, you can jig it, you can swim it to the boat, you can rip it. All of them work. You just gotta wait and see what the fish wants. Get a bulldog today.
Well, come October, the water temperature really drops and I start to really slow my baits down, so I'll go for a larger blade and a larger profile to keep it in their face a lot longer. So normally my first choice would be the supermodel, black and white like I like. And then I'll go with a larger glide bait like the Warlocks, black and white as well, full-size Warlock. It's a lot easier for people to use these Warlocks compared to any other glide bait on the market because you can use your reel to bring it in and it'll make a nice long glide, or you can keep it tight. And fish really like that pause at the end. So these are what have been working for me the past few years, and this is what I'm going to continue to use until it stops.
Well, how's it going there, guys? I'm at my favorite section here, the Fat Bastards, just because of the name pretty much, but it's also an awesome lure. This is actually what I caught one of my biggest muskies on of my life up here in Minocqua area. So check this bait out right here, and thanks to these guys for showing me around. I had some broken rods I had to come in here and get fixed, and a whole bunch of stuff. So, Musky Shop.
Okay. Here, Mike, look, watch. Thanks for make sure. Look here. What is it? Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to tune into the next video.